Why can't the UK invest proper money in drama which can compete with HBO?
At Sky, we're different. We're about subscription. We want people to watch our shows because a tenth of our revenue comes from ad revenue and people watching, but 90% roughly comes from subscription. And that means you lean towards commissioning things that have very high passion scores and people are obsessed with them. I'd love to have more money to commission HBO-level runs, and our head of drama, Anne Mensa, announced a few weeks ago that we're going to start to commission an HBO-level spend on Sky as part of our commitment to spend £600 million a year on British shows. And by HBO-level shows, we mean £1 million to £1.5 million per episode for 6, 8, 10 or 12 episode runs. So we're trying to get there. The truth is, America have a lot more money in their budgets than we do.
What American telly doesn't do very much of is make drama that asks awkward questions of people in positions of power. And I'm not just talking about politicians. I'm talking about people in positions of power generally in the world. They can make things that feel stylistically risky, that get sort of down and dirty with drug culture in Chicago or organized crime. But the stuff that asks the really difficult questions rarely gets on. But we do have, somewhere in the past, quite an honourable tradition of that kind of programme making here. And I think, myself, that there is still an appetite for that kind of work here. Can an organisation that's funded by the Murdochs, or that's run by the Murdochs, make difficult, challenging and controversial drama? I think it can, but it hasn't yet.
The Murdochs directly own Fox. The Murdochs don't run Sky. They're the largest shareholder. They don't run it. I've been there for 4 years, and they don't run Sky. So just in case anyone needs to know that fact. Let the geniuses, who are the creators, do their stuff, and we'll just back off. Because, you know, I'm good at loads of things, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, but I'm not good at making 10-part dramas. And you've got to know where your strengths lie. And as a commissioner, it's creating an environment where people can take punts, and you're going to support them if it f***s up.
As a TV critic, I watch everything that's, I just sit and watch a lot of this American drama. And then you're just like, oh, thank God for Luther. Thank God for Parade's End. Thank God for Birdsong. Thank God for Utopia on Channel 4 at the moment, which is just absolute. Talking about risk, that is one of the most horrific, shocking, wonderful. It's so complicated, nobody who's watching it understands it. I'm going to watch it a few more times. I think I'm getting 20% of it at the moment. And this is wonderful, and we don't really pay tribute to that. The BBC are too scared to take risks. They're too scared to take risks. I would love to see what the next series of Luther looks like, because it was thoroughly upsetting, the last series. And I do think, are they just going to keep scaling it back in case somebody makes a complaint, and then we have to apologise to them because they saw a beheading and then it ended up in the Daily Mail, and then so let's just bring it back and back until it's just a haircut.
Can I just say, I mean, it's quite tricky because I don't work at BBC Drama, and I don't work. I mean, all I can sort of talk about in terms of risk is the general sense of the culture, and clearly the BBC should be there to take risks. It's funded to take risks.
If you're talking about things that are going to massively affect what we do in drama, I spent part of this weekend watching House of Cards on Netflix. 13 episodes were put up on the 1st of February. You watch the first episode, it's only available on the web. And at the end of the first episode, there's a countdown, 15 seconds, and then the next episode begins. I watched 3 on the trot before I had to give up and go to bed. And I felt, and I haven't often felt this in years in broadcasting, that I was watching the end of an era and the beginning of something completely new. Not actually to do with the content, but because here was something that wasn't associated with a traditional broadcaster of any kind, and cost $100 million, and was made available like a box set. Yeah. You could watch the whole thing, you could schedule it yourself. I mean, Sky's model is very different from what people like myself and my generation grew up with, this is taking it to a whole new dimension. And if I were the traditional broadcasters, and to an extent Sky, I would have been shitting it when I saw that show.
It's a pretty beautiful, neat way of delivering a whole box set to TV nerds and TV addicts. You know, you could see it just sweep through the internet on Saturday. It was just like, here you are, there's the whole lot. You could see it's like a different way of us all communicating with each other about television.
It's just a box set.
It's a box set, but it's not a box set that you've heard about 3 months ago in America, and then it's been spoon-fed to you for like an episode, and then eventually it gets to Channel 4 and is like moved around the schedule, and then the DVD might be at Amazon at Christmas. It's not that, it's here. Why don't you just pretend that you're not well this weekend? You don't have to go to Wacky Warehouse. You can just watch it all. And that's what you could see people doing. Exactly. And the beautiful bit about Netflix, that's exactly it. As it goes, episode 1 is finished. 36, 35, 34. It counts it down and just puts it up. You could just sit there. Just watch. Absolutely amazing. Different to anything I've ever experienced in television, and I love television.
It'll change everything.
Because why would you wait? Why would you wait if it's on Netflix? It's going to cost £6 to be on Netflix.